بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خير خلق الله محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين. Not everything on the TV that means it's okay. To you maybe it's okay, but to the kids it's destructive. And while you are connecting them to the TV, why don't you to connect them to you? Try to turn it off at least an hour and sit together and talk. Tell them stories. A good mom, she takes care of that. She does her best to stay connected with her kids. Connected. To stay with them. Because she was the first person to carry that baby in her womb. 9 months. Carrying that baby. And after that, after carrying it, she is gonna be caring about him. This is very important. Do not be careless. Oh, I don't have time for my kids. Well, you have time to watch TV. You have time to work. You have time to earn a couple more dollars. You have time to spend with your neighbors. You have time to chat. You have time over the phone. You have time to do so many things, but you don't have time to sit and play with your kid and teach him. This is scary. This is very scary. No. By being with him, by taking care of him, by teaching him, by reading stories for him or her, then you are building a strong personality. See, they say Imam Ali alayhi salam used to take al-Imam al-Hassan and al-Imam al-Hussein with him to the mosque. Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein used to be in the mosque not just as spectators. They used to listen. They used to get educated. So once there is a new revelation, new surah delivered to the Prophet, and the Prophet is telling it to the people, Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein used to listen, memorize it, and they come back to Fatima, to their mom, alayhum salam. And they used to tell her this. After a while, Imam Ali alayhi salam used to come to the house. Fatima, she knows about this new chapter. She knows about this new verse. Who told you this? Al-Imam al-Hassan and Imam al-Hussein. They know their path. They know their path. They know their responsibilities. They know their goals. So as a family, I have to set to have certain goals. Achievable goals, not any goals. That's very important. Another challenge on the mom, and later on we're going to talk about the father. Another challenge is the mom, if she speaks Arabic and the father speaks Arabic, she has to speak Arabic to the kids. If not Arabic, any first language. What's their main language? Urdu, Persian, Arabic, Sanskrit. What's your native language? Speak it. Do not let your kids talk to you in English and your background and your native language is not English. This is very wrong. Because from the beginning you are creating a barrier between you and your kids. And later on you might tell them a wisdom that they're not going to get. You might guide them and they are not going to listen to you. Because you are a foreigner to them. You are a foreign object. You are a foreign entity to them. And keep in mind that the language is not important by itself. The language, it's important because of its heritage. When I speak Arabic and I'm teaching my kids to speak Arabic, therefore I'm teaching them Quran. I don't care what they are going to talk. What kind of accent they might have. Iraqi, Lebanese, Syrian, Egyptian. It's not my business. My business is this formal language. So it's also, this is very important. Why? Because I want them to understand Quran. I want them to understand our history. I want them to understand my background. I want them to keep connected to the heritage of Ahlul Bayt, to the narrations of Ahlul Bayt, to the Quran, to Nahj al-Balagha, to Sahif al-Sijjadiyya, all this. But once they start speaking different language, this is a first step to have different family that is not connected to you. This is another important thing for the parents. Third one is what? Is to be a friend with your kids. And that's why I said you play with them, you teach them. You are not just a formal supervisor. Do not undo. You are not a robot. Show them that you care. It's not just you buy them gifts. Show them there is rewarding and punishment. Nothing wrong with it. You might give them a reward, you can give them a star, you can assign so many things. And at the same moment, you have to be a friend of them. And let them get involved with you in regular life things and even in worshipping. It's not just when I want to read dua, like dua kumail for instance, or recite Quran, I do it in my room and my kids are on the TV. No, bring them close to you. They might talk, they might create a mess, but trust me, they are listening to you, they are looking at you, they are considering what you are doing. Imam Fatima al-Zahra alayhi salam, they say one time she was sick, very sick, yet she woke up at night, she is hurt, and standing in the salah making dua for her neighbors. Oh God, help my neighbor, oh God, help that neighbor, forgive them. And Imam al-Hasan is watching and listening. That's my point. This is gonna be engraved in his personality. He is gonna make him with good character. You know, he's gonna make him a good character. He started listening and watching Fatima alayhi salam. What did he say? He said, oh, Mom, you are making dua for all these people. Why don't you make dua for yourself and you are sick? Fatima said, Ay bunay al-jar thumma ad-dar. First we take care of our neighbors, make dua for them, so God will help them, support them, forgive them, and then after we are done, we make dua for ourselves. See, my point here, this is very nice message, but the moral lesson here, that the kids are following you. When you are saying, when they watch you making dua, they are going to get the courage to make dua, or at least to try it. Especially if they are young, very young. You can see them, they are imitating you. This is a very good sign. So to them, you are the role model. Do not make the TV their role model. Do not make the babysitter their role model. Do not make your chatting their role model. No, you are the role model. So this is creating such kind of atmosphere is very important. Fourth, I teach them Quran. If I do not know how, we have so many apps nowadays. On the internet, you can get DVDs. You can find a tutor in the mosque or a center to teach them Quran. Or learn with them Quran if you do not know. Are you going to stay ignorant? While you are teaching them, you learn it from them. Quran. علموا أولادكم, according to some narrations from other schools of thought. 3 things. Amazing. What are those? قراءة القرآن, to know how to read and understand Quran. Reading by itself is not important. You have to understand also. And this is why I emphasize on when they are speaking in, let's say in English, and they do not understand Quran, then there is big barrier between them and the Quran. The source of knowledge, the constitution of your family is the Quran. علموا أولادكم Three things you have to teach your kids. The first one is what? Let them read Quran. Understand it. Fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Respect His command. Follow them. Okay, that's the first one. Second one is what? Make them love the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Give them the realistic image of the Prophet. That the Prophet is a mercy. That the Prophet is the peace. That the Prophet is the salvation of this humanity. Do not give them the wrong narration, the wrong stories. That as some people are trying to show us. Give them the right, authenticated stories of the Prophet. So he will be their top priority role model in life. Secondly, the love of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. Make them love Ahlul Bayt. And how I'm going to make them love Ahlul Bayt? Why? Why and how? Why? Because when I love Ahlul Bayt, that means I want to follow them. I'm going to be going the same path that they chose. I'm going to learn from them. I'm going to be a defender of Islam as they used to be the defenders of Islam. Love of Ahlul Bayt, that means when you are loving Ahlul Bayt, you are on the right path. And how I'm going to do this? Show them the heritage of Ahlul Bayt. The dua Kumail, dua al-Sahifa al-Sajjadiyya, Adiyat al-Sahifa al-Sajjadiyya, the supplications, the good authenticated narrations that Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam showed us. How did they improved communities, helped the needy, and so many things. And also through trivial things in the house. Remembering their date of birth, remembering the celebrating those dates, talking stories about Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam and how they did behave with their enemies and with their followers. Also, I try to mention their names. I try to name my kids after them. He's not going to his name be Alex and Mike. He's going to be Ali and Muhammad. I connect them to that. This is the job of the parents, especially the mom. Because the mom is spending more time with the kids, supposedly, than the father. The father is working the whole day. Who's with the kids? You. You are the important school. You are the real school. If you are good, if you are educated, the kids are educated. If you are good, the kids are good. If you are pure, the kids are pure. And yet, I have to also consider the proper schools and the friends of my kids. They say Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, one of his kids, someone taught him Surah Al-Fatiha. When we read in Salah, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen ar-Rahman he taught his son this chapter, Al-Fatiha. Couple lines. They say Al-Imam al-Hasan alayhi salam gave him diamonds to the teacher. Find teachers like that they are not full of poison, they are full of good things. Find the proper schools for your kid. Because you want to save money, you send your kids to any public school. Do you know what's going on in that public school? Are you aware what's the crime rate, whether they are doing drugs or not? What kind of relation between the students in that school? What are the set of morals and values in that school? What are the principles in that school? Are you aware of it? Or just a school, keep them off my shoulder? No. If a school is a problem, find better school, even if you want to pay more money. That's why in certain places like USA, we have homeschooling. Why? Because some people, they feel it is not appropriate for my kids to go to certain public schools. They are not up to the proper codes, let's say. Or some people, they send their kids to Catholic schools because they can feel they have more values. It varies. Some people, they are blessed, they have good schools with good morals. Okay, it varies. Do not just consider education and forget about morality. What is the importance of my kid if he is a doctor but he is careless, irresponsible person who does not care about his parents, does not care about the society, does not care about others? All what he is looking for is to make a fortune. Is that a doctor? He is not a human. What is the importance if my kid is very educated but he does not even bother to call me or visit me? What kind of investment is this? What kind of investment? يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا. Make sure you protect yourself and your wives, your family from the hell. Keep them off that bad path. Keep them off the hellfire. قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم. You are responsible, not just about yourself, about others, about your parent, about your kids. You are the parents. It's your responsibility. Big difference when I am proud of my son in this life and in the hereafter, and on the other side, parents, they are not proud of their kids in this life nor in the hereafter. Big difference. Big difference. In the heaven, I will be with my wife and my kids, and in the heaven, another group will be lonely. They feel sorry about their kids. Big difference. You are going to feel sorry about it. It's not just only you enjoy heaven. No, you are going to feel sorry about it. It is a waste. It is a waste. So do not just consider materialistic things. That's simple. And also from the mom side, you don't have to be very emotional. Oh, she's still young. Why she want to put hijab? That mom, if you tell her your daughter is sick, so we need to give her she needs that daughter. She needs to go under a surgery, and he undergoes a surgery. May God forbid, and may Allah subhanahu wa taala keep us all healthy. It's fine with her. To give her a shot. It's fine, you know, it's antibiotics. Oh, it's fine. But to tell her, be a little bit firm and let her dress hijab because she is 13 years old now, let's say. Oh, no, she's still young. Because if she puts hijab today, tomorrow she might take it. So what? Your job is to fulfill the commands. Your job is to make her wear hijab. Later on, if she does not like it, it's her call. I'm not saying you have to force her. No, that's not right. لا إكراه في الدين. I'm saying try to find a way to make her put that scarf, to be muhajjaba. There are tons of ways. Every kid has a weak point. Weaknesses. So many weaknesses. So try to use that through rewarding, not through forcing, because forcing is not going to take you anyway. Yeah, I push it a little bit. So what? I push my kid. You know how hard to send your kid the first day to school? You will be crying and he will be crying or she will be crying. Yet you do it for a better good, for a better reason. Because it's worth it. If I keep him at home, he will never get educated. or keep her at home, she will never get educated. So you are willing to take that kid, put him in a different environment to get educated. You see, the kids, kindergarten, they are, crying. And the parents are crying. Why? Because you are a bad guy? Or a bad mom? No. Because this is for better reason. It's worth it. The advantages are way more than the disadvantages. Same thing when we say, make them pray, make them make hijab. You push your kid a little bit. You do not start beating him to go to school, but you push it. Same thing with hijab, salah, reading Quran. Find the environment. Show them that others, they are doing this. Yes, if you send them to schools, no one is putting hijab. And you say on the TV, there is no scene that a lady has hijab. And the mom is not putting hijab. And no one is reading Quran. No one is practicing Islam. No one is praying. Definitely your kids is going to follow the same path. A small scene might affect your kid. If I see everyone is putting hijab, your kid will ask you to put hijab. She will come and ask you, please let me put hijab. It's not like some French, legislation. Oh, you know what? Muslims, they force the lady to be muhajjaba. Are you dumb or what's wrong with you? We are forcing her. She is 18 years old, man. She is 18 years old and she is very educated. And you are telling me I'm forcing her. If 1%, 10% of families are doing this, you forget about 90%. If you do not care about your religion, and if you consider religion as an obstacle to you, to me religion is taking care of my life. It's giving me solutions. Is telling me I have to be educated. Is improving your life. If you have a problem with your understanding of religion, it's your problem. You cannot impose it on me. You cannot force me to believe in your theory, because your theory has been proven as wrong. Your theory is wrong. You have a theory, you think it's right, and you are forcing me to follow it? What's wrong with these people? What's wrong with these people? If your religion made you at a point forget about science, and made you forget about improvement, and made you forget about better society, and if your religion at one point, or the understanding of that religion at one point, created an obstacle to get better life and made you fight, that's your problem, not religion. That's your problem, not religion. It is your democracy now is creating a problem in my life when it is not balanced. When you have billions of people to fool others to vote for you and to tweak their understanding, it's your problem, not the democracy. Democracy by itself is something powerful, but you are ruining it. Should I say no more democracy? Very sick mentality. And on the other hand, we have the husband's responsibility. He has to supervise this. Yes, Islam believes, as I said, the father is the project manager in the house, but the mother is the functional manager. The father has to make sure the family is not in need of everything, and he is also a supervisor. He is the other wing for that bird to fly properly. He has to make sure, see, if the mom is little bit emotional, the father should be more firm and strict, not in a way, bad way, no, in a positive way. So I will have a positive synergy in the family, not negative one. It's not my wife is negative, it's not like my wife is -1 and I'm +1, all of a sudden we come to a point where 0. No, she is +1 and I am +1, I will have +2 in the society. Positive energy. I will have a positive energy, and by that I will have a positive momentum, and through that positive momentum I will have a positive consequences. This is the way it is. So the husband has to supervise, to plan with the mother, with the wife, to be a good mother, and he will be a good father. And also nothing wrong with the father to spend time with the kids, to teach them, to help them. Because also the father will be the role model in the house. Maybe the daughter will be more connected to the mother, and the son is more attached to his father. So let's be a good role models, good role models for our kids. And that's why we saw, as I said, Al-Imam Ali alayhi salam takes, or he used to take his sons with him to the mosque. It's not like I go to the mosque and you stay playing with your Xbox or PlayStation or keep surfing the internet. No, let them join with you. If you are fixing something in home, let them help you out. Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he used to travel for the sake of the message, he did not say, oh, I don't have a family, I don't have a kids, I don't care. No, he used to consider that. He used to consider this family, to take care of it. He went to Kufa, and Imam Hassan and Imam Hussein alayhi salam went with him to follow and hold or carry the same responsibility, to be responsible as the Imam responsible. And that's why when Imam alayhi salam, Imam Ali alayhi salam was martyred, what happened? And Imam al-Hassan continued. After Imam al-Hassan, Imam al-Hussein continued, because they belong to the same school. It's not like I'm a very good guy, but my kids are very bad. Why? Check the culture. Check what they are reading. Check their environment. Check their schools. Check what you are feeding your kids. Not as food, as Imam al-Hassan mentioned. Imam Hassan said, oh, I am shocked that, some people, they consider and, take care of what they are eating. Is it poisoned? Not poisoned. Like nowadays, I am on a diet. I read the ingredients. How many calories? How much carb in it? Okay. But when it comes to ideas, when it comes to TV, when it comes to internet, when it comes to brain food, I do not care. I'm careless. No, as you check your food, Imam al-Hassan is telling us, and make sure it's not going to hurt you, also check the food of your brain. What you are hearing, what you are seeing, what you are touching, what's surrounding you, because it could be full of viruses, full of poison, full of germs, full of bacteria. So it is the responsibility of the man and the husband to take care of that. And the husband to take care of that. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam went to Karbala, and he took his family and his kids with him. He did not leave them by themselves, because there is a path they have to continue. And another thing, brothers and sisters, I want to emphasize from Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam is not to live in a city and I stay away from my parents as a son. No. Make sure, if you can, to be together, because a family with mom only is not that functional, and a family with a father only is not functional. They have to support each other. We have the Prophet and we have Khadija, therefore we have Fatima alayhi salam. We had Ali and we had Fatima, therefore we have a generation like Al-Hassan, Al-Hussein, and Zainab alayhim salam. Through that, both they will deliver a strong family with a strong bond. And through that, we can face the challenges. I stop it here, though we have so many other things to talk about.